I'm here with Christian Teese from Rigby Cooke in Melbourne, who's just presented a very interesting paper on family provision at our conference on estate planning. Christian, one of the things you covered right at the end of your presentation concerned the ways of minimising the risks of family provision claims. Apart from the obvious one, which is to make adequate and proper provision, what options do estate planners have in this regard?
Well, thank you, Rob. Aside from the obvious, that is trying to make adequate provision for the proper maintenance and support of people you leave behind, if there is a desire to exclude someone for a particular reason, and you're not in New South Wales where notional estates principles will apply, there are four ways that you can go about trying to protect your assets. The first is depletion during life, that is transferring away the assets you want to secure in someone's hands before your will comes to operate and before they can be subject to challenge. Of course, there are some pitfalls with this strategy because somebody who transfers away these assets might leave themselves vulnerable, and of course you'll crystallise duty and tax consequences, and you might not be able to take advantage of preferable tax treatments that might be associated with passing the assets by your will, but certainly to achieve certainty that's available. The second is structuring things so that you own them jointly with the person you want to survive and succeed you to the ownership of the asset. That's a straightforward way that assets that can be held jointly, like property, shares, bank accounts, can be secured in favour of the person you leave behind. Of course, binding death benefit nominations for superannuation are a third way to keep particular assets away from the estate, providing that the binding death benefit nomination is valid. And the fourth is a gift and loan back strategy, a variation of depletion, where a sum of money is lent back, and the repayment of that obligation secured by charge over the particular assets you wish to secure. Slightly more complex, but another way that can be considered if you're looking to achieve that objective.
Christian, thank you. It occurs to me that not all of these methods will be available for testators with property in New South Wales.
That's right. So notional estates provisions in New South Wales give you a 3-year clawback period, commonly used to bring assets back into the estate to make available for claimants, and of course in cases of fraud you can go back longer than 3 years. So strictly principles to consider for people outside of New South Wales where there's the far-reaching notional estates provisions.
Christian Teese, thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob.